Welcome to Hybiz News. My name is Suresh Kochatal. At one time, Madhapur in Hyderabad was the back of the beyond place, a small village beyond Jubilee Hills. Gachibowli was only known for its reserve forest and the huge University of Hyderabad campus. Then came Chandrababu Naidu, cyber towers, Bill Clinton's visit, the ISB campus, and of course, Microsoft's entry into Hyderabad. Suddenly, Hyderabad was no longer a poor cousin of Bangalore. If Chandrababu Naidu can be credited in building brand Hyderabad, the chief ministers who followed him kept the tempo going. Suddenly, Hyderabad and information technology majors were in sync. Soon, huge buildings came up and everyone was talking about the million square feet and nothing less. Gated communities and high-end apartments were selling in crores. Lakhs of young men and women moved into what is now being called the IT district of Hyderabad. It even got a new name, Cyberabad. Hip-hop restaurants, pubs, boutiques, fashion outlets, five-star hotel, glitzy malls, ultra-modern gyms, pizza houses, drive-in with gaming zones, rock shows, exhibition centers, and of course, conventions. You name it and they had it. Then came the problems that one gets in an unplanned city. Chaotic traffic, leaking drainage, water shortage, erratic power supply, and flooding during rains. The list of woes goes on and on. Hyderabad wanted to ape Bangalore, but did not learn from the blunders out there in Bangalore. In a late realization, the TRS government has now decided that it makes sense to disperse the IT companies to other parts of the city. The state government is now offering SOPs by what is now called a grid policy, growth in dispersion, to ensure that companies are spread across the city and not just in one part of it. As per the new policy, the IT firms setting up the units in areas other than the western side of Hyderabad will receive additional incentives. The IT exports from Hyderabad registered an 18% growth and stood at 1.18 lakh crore in 2019-20, which is double the average growth of the country, which is about 8%. However, 90% of the IT companies in Hyderabad are located in the Madhapur, Gachibowli, Kondapur belt. Hence, the cabinet proposed to encourage the establishment of IT companies in areas outside the West Zone under the new grid policies. Considering the adequate infrastructure spread across the city, the cabinet felt that the IT industries can be established all along the outer ring road, especially in areas like Kompally and Shamirpet in the north zone, Uppal and Pocharam in the east zone, Shamshabad and Adibatla in the south zone, Kollur and Usman Sagar in the northwest, and other such areas. The grid policy is proposed to benefit all stakeholders, including the company, the employees, the city, and the citizens. As a result, the companies can reduce their operational costs like lease and transportation, while employees too can avoid unnecessary traffic and make better use of their time. While the city will have less burden on the existing infrastructure, people in other zones will also benefit during the IT development in their areas. Pocharam and Uppal are two examples where IT companies like Infosys, Genpact, and Cognizant decided to break away from the fixation of Western Hyderabad. The massive Infosys IT park at Pocharam is one example when the IT major decided that they would rather have their employees walk to work than travel for 2 hours by cabs and buses to get to their workplace. Genpact was one of the earliest occupants of the IT park in Uppal, and companies like Cyient have joined them now. The advantage with East Hyderabad is cost of living, especially rents, a big draw for those youngsters who are starting out their career. On the other hand, Northern Hyderabad has seen a fair bit of development, though not in the IT space. The two biotech parks at Shamirpet have become a hub for attracting the best of companies in that sector. Coupled with easy access to the outer ring road, Shamirpet also has plenty of land and is a plus in terms of the excellent weather. As a part of the incentive, the state government will allow the conversion of industrial parks into IT parks, where the developers can allocate 50% of the space for developing the IT companies and use the remaining 50% of the land for non-IT purpose like residential and commercial. The developers will have to pay 30% of the initial registration value to the Industrial Development Authority for conversion of the land. The government of Telangana is estimated to earn around 150 crore through land conversion from the developers in this instance. Further, the IT and ITS companies setting up the units in these areas can avail power subsidy at rupees 2 per unit, not exceeding 5 lakh per annum. That may not be a big advantage to the big companies, and they would ring up that kind of power bills in a couple of weeks. Another incentive is a 30% subsidy against a lease not exceeding 10 lakhs per annum. But considering that now many companies are moving into work from home concept now, building up a huge IT park is the last thing that many companies will be thinking of. So that's a big question. A special incentive package will be given to companies providing more than 500 jobs. The state government has estimated to release around 66.75 crore over the next 10 years towards incentives under the grid policy. The Telangana cabinet has estimated that at least 100 acres in the industrial parks will be converted into IT parks over the next 5 years, creating 10 million square feet of built up space and over 1 lakh new ITES job outside the western IT corridor. Many of the industrial estates have seen the older occupants shut down as strict environmental norms and changing business scenario in those industrial estates prohibited them from moving ahead. The grid policy will be in force for 5 years since the guidelines are issued, and the companies who are setting up the units during these 5 years can avail the incentives for the same period. Will all these moves make a difference? That's a big question. Will Hyderabad be able to save itself from the collapse of what Bangalore fell prey to? Only time will tell if this policy of dispersing IT units around the northern and eastern peripherals will work. That is a big question. Watch this space. Thank you for watching.